Power chords. All right, I love power chords. You hear them a lot in rock or punk music, particularly electric guitars with some distortion, although they sound great on acoustic guitars as well. What I love about power chords is that all you have to do is know what the shape is, and you can move that shape anywhere on the fretboard, and you'll be able to play just tons of chords just based on this one shape. So we're gonna talk about that in some future lessons as well. We'll kind of get behind some of the theory around it, but let's start by just looking at what this shape is and how to use it. So we're gonna, for this lesson, we're gonna look at the G power chord. And again, all it is the shape. So once you know the shape, you can use this anywhere. So what we want to really focus on is where our fingers go. So with the G power chord, what we're going to do is we're going to take our first finger, we're going to place it on the 3rd fret of the E string, that's the low E string. And then our 3rd finger is going to go on the 5th fret of the A string. And our pinky, or our 4th finger, will be the 5th fret of the D string. Now here's what you have to do in terms of your technique. You're only playing those 3 notes. So what we need to do is, instead of barring, like we do with bar chords, all 6 strings, we're actually only placing our finger on that top string, on the low E string, and then we're using our finger to mute the other strings that we're not playing. So these 3 here, 1st string, 2nd string, 3rd string, or E string, B string, G string, we're actually using our index finger just to mute those 3 strings. And that's very important because as you're playing power chords, you're probably going to be strumming pretty hard with your strumming hand. And you don't want those strings to ring out. You want your index finger just to watch what happens when you just touch them just slightly. You mute them, and that's exactly what we want to do. The other 3 fingers are you're just placing them where they're supposed to go. And again, you're looking for those nice clean notes, similar to a bar chord with your thumb, where you kind of have your thumb around the middle of the back of the neck, just so that we can place pressure and so that we can get proper positioning. Okay, so this is our first power chord shape. Now the beauty is we can actually move this anywhere we want. As long as we keep that shape, we can move our hand anywhere we want and go from any chord. So if we're starting on the G, we could move up 2 frets, take that exact same shape. Now we're playing the A power chord. You can move that up another 2 frets. Now we're playing the B power chord. Move it up 1 fret. Now we're playing the C power chord. All right, so what we want to do is, once you get the power chord and you understand where your fingers go, then what we want to do is know where we can go on the fretboard. So we want to start to understand the theory behind counting, going from, how do we get from the G to the A? Well, between the G and the A, there's a sharp or a flat. So we have to jump 2 frets to get to the A. Between the A and the B, there's a sharp and flat between that. So we got to jump over to get to the B. And then there are no sharps and flats between the B and C. So we can just move over 1. And all we're doing is we're just taking your index finger, because the index finger with the power chord is playing the root note. And in the root note, the root gives us the name of the chord that we're playing. So if we're playing a G, and in this power chord shape, the G is our root note, that means we're playing a G power chord. So wherever we move this, we start playing the chord that goes along with the name of the note that we're on, the note that our index finger is on. Okay, so we will get into some more of that, but the key at this point for you is to get the position, make sure your hand and fingers are in the right spot, that you're getting nice clean notes, and that you're muting these 3 strings right here. Okay, we will see you in the next lesson.